You steer it with a joystick, just like a video game. See that poking out the back? It's not an antenna, it's a tail. And when you start it up, it wags to show you it's ready to go. Running out of gas, the car's exterior lights turn blue. Fill it up, golden. And with personalized interactive GPS, you're gonna feel more like you're walking your dog than driving a cold piece of steel. These are cute, fun, but who would want to buy them? And why?
The jury's still out. We don't know whether young people are going to want inexpensive cars that have a certain style and function, or style and pizzazz, versus the boxes that are being designed now that are pure function. And it's going to take a while to find out.
A lot of times, despite your best intentions as a car maker, the public looks at it and goes, "Are you kidding me?"
So whether you love it or you think it's just plain weird, almost every concept car is going to make you take notice. And that's exactly what car makers want.
We got to throw down the gauntlet. If we're going to be different, we're going to be different. And we're going to have to show the world that we mean business.
And that risk-taking is ultimately about making an auto manufacturer recognizable and successful. So if Japanese car makers have mastered the art of designing concepts that are all about total fun, then take a look at one automaker that wrote the book on total performance. Everybody's heard of them. Mercedes-Benz. Founded in 1924, this legendary German car maker has always strived for high-end luxury and cutting-edge performance that keeps the driver in mind, especially in this car. You want something no one else can drive? Something just for you? Then hop into the strange-looking moonshot, the F300 Life Rocket. It may look like one of the most insensible cars you've ever seen, but what it's done for the technology of driving is invaluable. You're not seeing things. The suspension is turning into corners just like a skier on a slalom run. This very personal concept car was the study model for a brand new prototype that unveils a whole new way of looking at driving.
The future of the automobile you won't find in crystal balls like this. You'll find it in our F400 carving.
It's a head turner for sure. Check out how these doors open. Get in and take it for a spin. You'll feel like you're in a James Bond movie with open wheel wells and sports car styling that harkens back to another era. But where the rubber meets the road, this car is all about the future. In this animation, you can see that when the vehicle hits a corner, one side of the suspension folds into the curve, while the other stays perfectly aligned. It replicates a skier carving into a snowy hillside to take unbelievably sharp turns. The result of this technology? Let's just say if the car were an Olympic skier, it would be getting a gold medal for performance. There's no doubt concept car designers are making handling and horsepower a top priority. And Daimler Chrysler, the parent company of Mercedes-Benz, has shown the world it can cover the gamut of what drivers want in a vehicle, especially American drivers. Maybe you've thought about it. Lying on a beach, catching the ultimate wave. Well, travel here to Miami, Florida, to the trend-inventing South Beach, where models and beach bums meet to live the perfect lifestyle. But when you're cruising Ocean Drive on your way to soak up the sun, you just might be able to do it in this.
I like the wood panel because I like it woody.
It might look like the old-school wood-cover station wagons that surfers made famous, but the Dodge Kahuna is all about present-day partying.
It's about people who want to get out, enjoy life, enjoy nature, and they don't want any boundaries between them and the rest of the world.
If you thought all car designers were just nerds with pocket protectors and a knack for numbers, you haven't met Jordan Meadows. He's one of a whole new breed of designers that's obsessed with making cars functional and fun.
Sitting on $3.5 million of a corporation's money right here, and there's nothing like it.
$3.5 million. But the designers needed that kind of cash flow to give consumers a look at the wave of the future.
It has a feel that is very California. And I think we're starting to see a little bit of that creeping back in with California leading design for the U.S. and bringing that back into the mainstream.
All the glass drops. You know, when you're in a minivan today, you're in this little cage. Here, there's no pillars. Check that out. Remember the cars in the 50s? Those old Woodies that everybody loved so much? Great materials. Here it's lacewood, aluminum, and it's real too. You know, that's classic American craftsmanship. It's not just cool on the outside, but we got some great functionality on the inside too. All of these seats drop down. They form a wave, which kind of keeps your luggage where it needs to be. Bungee cord holders, cup holders.
One look at the Kahuna, and you're gonna realize that concept cars are all about taking what you thought you knew about the driving experience and turning it on its ear.
What do you guys think? You like it? Yeah?
But why not present this car at an auto show, just like everyone else?
Problem with auto shows is you have a very isolated kind of environment where the car is static, it doesn't move, and people can't even touch it or experience it. You can step right up to it.
Yeah.
And when people touch a real vehicle in the real world, they've got a real opinion.
When people come up and talk about the car, I mean, that's really what it's all about. Concept cars are experimental.
It should be a four-wheel drive because you can take this right onto the beach and then dump your boards and go riding.
Yeah, this is all great to hear. I mean,
yeah,
you get good ideas.
Yeah.
The Kahuna designers definitely want to hear what you've got to say. But if you see the Kahuna on your street, remember.
No, don't do that.
Don't touch it.
This car is worth $3.5 million. Coming up, feel the intense torque with some of the most powerful prototypes you've ever seen. Also, concept cars are designed to let you take a peek into the future. But the automotive industry's ambition to show you what might be has a radical history too. Beginning with famed auto designer Harley Earl's Buick Y-Job, concept cars have always tried to show consumers the excitement in the possibilities of technology and design. The use of concept cars as a tool to demonstrate the future has resulted in hyperspeed advancements in style and technology. But concept cars are really about the bottom line, making you want to buy something even better than what you have in your garage right now. And today's concepts have more elegance, more style, and more muscle than you've ever dreamed. And auto designers are the brains behind the brawn. Today, a new generation of concept designers, like the ones at Daimler Chrysler, are leading the charge in making hot rods mainstream. Especially with this bulked up concept. It's called the Air Flight, and it looks like it's straight out of a kid's comic book. Why?
I'd say the average age in the design office is probably about 33. It's pretty young for a design office, which is cool.
It's a modern version of Art Deco, if you want Neo-Deco. It's got the very streamlined, tight design, the use of speed lines on the hood, which is very much a Deco design theme. It uses the cool metals to give an ambiance to the interior.
It's very simple yet like futuristic, like everything about it.
But no matter how cutting edge this car is, with its long front end, snubbed back end, and rear wheel drive, the Air Flight is still old school muscle car. Listen to that muffler for even 1 second, and you'll realize that this beefy machine is just one of a new breed of vehicle that is throwing out what you thought you knew about how a car should look and feel. The Dodge Razor, the Super 8 Hemi, the Chevy SS, The Chrysler Crossfire. All muscle, all the time. But what if your vehicle had so much power that it wasn't an engine on wheels, it was an engine with wheels?
I think, quite honestly, when it comes to crazy concepts, the Chrysler Tomahawk has got to be one of the craziest that have been around for a while.
500 horsepower and 2 wheels in front. The people that built it for Chrysler and Dodge did a magnificent job if you look at the workmanship and the detail in the vehicle itself.
If it looks like it's just one big motor, that's because it is. But you won't find this engine in even the most high-powered Harley. How many cylinders do you think this double-wheeled mean machine has? 4, 6, 8?
It has 10 cylinders. It's an 8-liter. It's the latest version of our Viper engine.
What powers this came out of this, the world-famous Dodge Viper. By this point, you may be asking yourself one question. Why?
When you think about it, we're a car company. We don't do motorcycles. The fact that the 2 top guys gave it the green light says a lot about their vision and their ability to see that far ahead. It is a good investment for us. It's a good marketing tool.
It was created to get excitement for Dodge, and it did exactly that. And it really does that when you fire it up in the middle of a car show. Everybody comes running because they want to see what this 10-cylinder motorcycle is all about.
The design intent with this project was probably first and foremost to package this huge motor in a way that was aesthetically acceptable as well as ergonomically functional. And also the character of this motor being what it is, a big brutal beast. I tried to let that come through in the lines and the shapes.
Most everything that's not motor is polished aluminum, even the wheels. But don't go calling the Dodge Tomahawk a motorcycle just yet.
It's technically not a bike because it has 4 wheels.
And those wheels are like nothing you've ever seen. Watch closely how each one leans independently into a curve. Now you might be wondering what kind of rubber those 4 hubs can lay out.
At 1,500 pounds, it will do 0 to 60 in 2.5 seconds. Theoretically, it tops out at about 300 miles an hour.
And with that kind of horsepower right at your fingertips, the Tomahawk is more than just unforgettable.
What it feels like to ride, all that power, comes on really quick, actually, at will. And there's one word for it, and that's addictive. And anybody who doesn't understand why do something like this need only get on it and twist this.
Whether it's power, performance, or sheer innovation, concepts push the boundaries of imagination. And if you come here,